Kickoff unit all lined up, and we're ready to put toe to leather. Coming out with it, it's Anderson. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Handoff from the gun. Slams into the pile. He'll get 1 to the 17. Both these teams just outside the top 25 and really needing to win a game like this to vault their way into the rankings.
And it's just amazing winning a game like this, what it can do for your program, right? Recruiting, your confidence. Everything is better when you've got the number beside your name. And, David, one of these two teams is going to get that number if they pull out the win.
No doubt, and you continue to start the season off and build, right? Because you started with preseason, and you start with getting into the year, and now you're starting to build and build and build and build that momentum. Getting a win against a really good team, finding out who you are, can set the tone for your season.
They'll need 3 yards here on 3rd down to keep this opening drive alive. To the air, it's Dyer. On the run, still looking. Trying to make magic with his feet. He'll get it across the 30-yard line. They'll mark him out of bounds at the 32 as this offense is trying to do some work.
And on the 3rd play of the drive, 3rd down is the scrambling ability of this quarterback that goes and picks up the 1st down. He was so calm back there. He never got flustered. Nobody open, no problem. If you give this guy 1 yard to run, he's going to tuck it and take off, and that's exactly what happened there.
And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down. 2nd down coming.
Well, this defense knew coming in they were going to see some RPO and they were going to see some quick game. A nice job there taking the throw away from the quarterback.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Man, how about that defense? On the snap, they are in the backfield with great penetration. Nowhere to go for the running back. That defense was sitting on G, waiting on O.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. With the catch, it's Smith. They make the stop about 4 yards short of the 1st down. Well, look at this. Instead of trying to pin their opponent deep in their own territory, the offense stays on the field to go for it on 4th down. And that decision will be questioned for a while.
Man, 1st half being that aggressive on your side of the field, that's a different world. Like, you live in the analytics world, and I know people say go for it more often. I don't see the point in going for it on that one early in the game in that situation.
From the gun, running back gets the give. Knocked down at the 35 after a pickup of 3.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. Once 1st down, the defense thinks you might be running the football. You still can line up, you can get some movement at the point of attack, and find a little crease for your running back.
Looking for a man. It's St. Clair. Fires deep toward the end zone. Oh, he dropped it, and what a missed opportunity early in this football game.
And I think on that last play, that's an example of the quarterback trying to predetermine who he wants to throw to, and instead of letting the defense dictate who gets the ball. Man coverage, that guy was not open that time out on the perimeter of the field. Still, he gave him a chance, but that thing had incompletion written all over it from the moment the ball left his hand.
Using the quick game. Moving deeper into enemy territory. Move the chains. It's 1st down at the 27. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. He'll pull it on the read. There he goes. He'll get that one all the way down to the 4-yard line before he stopped.
And that's a nice job by this QB. Great job. You show patience, right? Like, if they don't come take me, I'm going to keep running. That's how I go pick up another 1st down, move the sticks, and this offense can keep churning.
The offense knocking on the door. 1st and goal. Takes a snap, wants to throw. Big fella moving. And it's in for a touchdown. Field shrinks, tight end grows. Big targets, big results.
I've never heard it put that way, but you're dang right. That guy is so big. A lot of times you get a DB matched up on him. He can just post him up. A linebacker, he can run by him. So that's why these tight ends are so dangerous down here in this red zone.
The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. And now this offense will take the field again. Looking downfield, it's Dyer. Grab near the marker, it's Markway. They've got him down at the 40 after he ripped off 15 yards. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Starting this drive like that is exactly what they'd hoped for. Now 1st and 10 from the 40. Goes to the option. Now the pitch. And they just didn't get anybody on that defense out of position, and they will lose yardage on that one.
Really good job by this defense, understanding responsibility football, playing the first option, playing the second option. There was absolutely nowhere to go. Nice job being dialed in exactly where the ball was going and how to get him to the ground.
And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
This defense will try to force a 4th down on 3rd and short from the 45. Quick pass to the left, trying to get it to the marker. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. They bring the punter onto the field now. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. Was looking for more running room, but found nothing but more tacklers. He's down at the 24. They'll snap the ball. First play of the drive coming from their own 24. Looking to throw on 1st down. He's got him.
And that's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. Pulls and fires complete. Off to the races to the right. The 20. He's at the lean for the wire. Touchdown.
And how nice is it to have a playmaker like that I can get the ball out of my hands right to him and say, all right, dude, you got jets, you can fly, catch the slant, make some people miss, outrun some angles, and get all the way to the end zone.
He'll bring it out. It's Anderson. Gets it across the 20 to the 21, and not quite what he would have picked up just taking the touchback. They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. Throws it back. It's complete on the right side. And he's got a touchdown. Did not take long to get into the end zone. Now let's see if this gets this offense to hit overdrive.
And we may have a situation here. We might have points, more points, and more points. You keep putting drives together like that quickly, chewing up that much yardage, defenses are going to have to get something to get out.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Fellas, it has gone final in the ACC, a matchup we've been keeping a close eye on.
And the offense will take over. 1st and 10.
They'll run it from the gun. Crosses the 30. He's got a lane. And he gets it to the 44-yard line. It'll be a first down.
Busting big runs like this is a total team effort. Obviously, the back has to find the hole, but you got to have everybody around them doing their job to make it a good play call.
And everybody around them doesn't just mean the offensive line. The receivers getting their blocks downfield is a big deal, too.
It's a huge deal. We always talk about them catching passes, but blocking is so important for their responsibilities.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
Man, it's easy to play defense when you can do this. When you can get to the quarterback quick and make him make a decision quick, it makes it easier for the secondary, for the linebackers, for everybody on the field.
Backed up now, here's second and long. Leaves it with the back. They could have used a little bit more there. Pick up a 3. It's 3rd and 7.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
They flipped into the field, and we're ready to play. So they go back to work after the break, and it is 3rd down. Dropping back, it's St. Clair. It's on target and complete. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
4th down and 1, and they'll go for it. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. It's complete. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. And that can really take the wind out of a defense's sails when you convert with a 4th down completion.
Great chemistry there between the quarterback and his target. 4th down, you got to have it. You got to be on the same page, and they were there.
On the move, it's Gibson.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Back to pass on 2nd down. Oh, he's going to take a shot at the DB. And that's going to be incomplete. Going for broke on 2nd down. The 3rd down's coming up.
Well, this quarterback has really found a nice rhythm early, and he's in firm control and command of everything that's happening. They've had 2 drives. They've scored 2 touchdowns. And here on their 3rd possession, he still wants to...
And he pulls it in inside the 15-yard line.
This guy's done a lot of good things early this year throwing the football. With that last completion, that now takes him over 1,000 yards passing for the year.
They got the explosive play now to finish the deal. It's 1st and 10 from the 12. Here comes the option. Quick toss. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
And I think that time the quarterback made the wrong read. He was trying to pitch it. He didn't have to, though. There was a lot of green grass and space out in front of him. If he just holds on to that football, he might not score a touchdown. He's definitely going to be able to at least get positive yards. I think that's a play on the option the quarterback would like to have back.
He got a hand in there, knocks it away, incomplete.
And this is a rhythm timing throw. They're in zone defense behind. Sometimes you got to wait for that second window to open up before you throw this slant. But not being on the same page, defense breaking on the football, that wasn't a great play by this offense.
Now facing a 3rd and long. To throw, it's St. Clair. Nice job there to limit the running room, and they get him out of bounds after a short gain.
This is a really nice job there on that 3rd down, trying to get after this quarterback. And obviously they're not able to make the play in the backfield, but really nice job pursuing. You see the athleticism and the speed they have, how they play as a unit together. Only giving up a little bit of a gain and now setting up 4th down.
Between the uprights, it's good. And that will extend their lead even further.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19.
First and 10.
Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Off play action on first down. Caught behind the line. It's Isaac. Got the completion, but nowhere to go as that defense reacted quickly.
By the back. Loss of 2. Second down coming up.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Wants to go up top. Pulls it in. It's Isaac. They finally get to him. But what a play there to pick up the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They've done a really good job identifying mismatches, and they find one out of the backfield there. He wants to take the top off. Got it in stride inside the 20. Just making a huge play, and he sets him up all the way down at the 14. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and a score on this drive would do wonders for their confidence. They've got this defense reeling after that last play. Now it's 1st and 10 inside the 15. Just keep slinging it. Quickly to the flat, the wide receiver screen. Now the connection takes it to the 11. The hurry up now, second down, clock ticking.
Brings up second down.
Back to throw, it's Dyer. Quickly out on the screen to the wide receiver. That completion will take it close to the 5-yard line. They'll mark it at the 6.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. Gets it inside the 5, down to the 4, and it'll be 1st and goal.
And I feel like the option is a play that this guy can run in his sleep. He's constantly making the right decision, so I love it here. 3rd down, you're putting it on him to do the right thing. He had to keep the football there. The defense took everybody else away. It was open for him.
And he is snowed under. Sacked at the 7.
And really good job getting to the quarterback. That's priority number 1, trying to get pressure on him. Get him to the ground is a bonus. They had 6 sacks in their last game. They got to keep building on that number if they want to keep stacking wins.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Trying to find the end zone. That completion has them right on the doorstep. They'll mark it at the 1. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments. They've moved it right to the edge, and they need 1 more yard for the touchdown on 3rd down. Makes the grab. Nice throw, great catch, easy glide into the end zone for the touchdown.
And that was a really big score here at the end of the first half, just for their confidence and their momentum. They're obviously still losing right now on the scoreboard, but you had the feeling something positive had to happen here at the end of the first half for them to go in at halftime, regroup, and come out in the second half now trying to build on that successful drive offensively.
We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the first half. To the air, it's St. Clair. Here's the pressure. Fights off a defender. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock.
Timeout by the offense.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Looking to fire. Right down the middle. Just a hair too much on it from this big-armed sophomore quarterback.
Man, the quarterback threw that ball hard, too. And I know sometimes when you're throwing an in-breaking route, you want to get it to your receiver quickly. But when you try to strain and throw it harder, oftentimes your accuracy is what suffers. And you saw it there on the incompletion.
Snagged in the middle. It's Gibson. Gets it inside the 40, brought down at the 39, and they can stop the clock. They'll snap it from the 39, 1st and 10. Wants to throw on 1st down. Slips away. Powers through the defender. He stopped at the 49 after gaining 10. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Looking to throw on 1st down. That's reeled in. It's West. He stopped at the 32. It'll be a 1st down in the waning seconds of the half. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Here comes the field goal unit as they'll try to take the 3. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. And this kicker might be feeling it. He made one earlier, now from 49 yards out. He needed a little late boost from the crossbar, but he gets it to go through. The lead now 6 here in the second.
Well, I've seen this kicker make kicks from 50-plus, so I don't think he got all of that. But at the end of the day, who cares? Field goal's good.
He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update. He'll put total leather and get this second half started. The returner's going to try to see what he can get. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19.
1st and 10.
They'll go back to work on offense. Looking to pass. It's St. Clair. The safe call on the wide receiver screen. Quick throw, but he's not going anywhere. The defense was all over him.
Well, that receiver's looking at his teammates like, guys, what's up? You're not going to block for me on the screen? Seriously? Come on, I just lost yards on a screenplay. How does that happen?
Pressure coming. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover.
And that is exactly how you draw it up. You get to the quarterback, but you get the football out. You hit him, you try to rake it out. Great job by the defense, getting the sack, getting the fumble.
And the offense is out on the field with a 1st and goal. Use the play fake, now to throw. Trying to bull his way in. And he's in for the touchdown.
How about that drive they just put together to tie this football game up? That is exactly what we talked about in the half. Like, coaches circled them up. First drive, set the tone, tie this ball game up. That is great execution out of halftime.
Yeah, David, it looked like they really had a good plan, too. Obviously made some adjustments there at halftime, things that they would come out and try to attack this defense with, and it looks like they found something here, and that is a perfect way to start the second half. Now an opportunity here to take the lead.
Will take over. 1st and 10.
Out comes the offense as they get set to take over. Defense in press coverage. Off the play fake. Wide open downfield. He goes out of bounds, maybe a step shy of the 40. They're going to mark it at the 39, and a really nice pickup there. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Big play to start this drive. Now they'll snap it from the 39. Looking to throw, it's Douglas. Safe completion on the screen. Breaks into the open. He's into plus territory, knocked out of bounds after the nice game. Mark it at the 47. That was just a perfectly choreographed screen. The line got out on time. The running back had a wall in front of it.
And I think the quarterback did a really good job of selling pass and then kind of dodging the pass rush, getting it to the running back, and then let him do the rest. You got him in space, pick up yards in a hurry.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down, and they got to keep that up here in the second half.
Wants to fire on second down. Lets it fly. Complete to the left. They'll get him stopped at the 34. He's got 10 yards on that one and a first down.
Nice catch by the big target. Those big tight ends, you could tell in football, are just becoming more and more of a weapon on every single team.
Motion from the wide receiver. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver and different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page, playing together. I love it.
Makes the grab. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
Running back searching for a hole. That will be enough to move the chains and give them a first down in the red zone at the 14.
Well, that's kind of the advantage of third and medium, right? Is the defense, you keep them guessing. You could throw it, you can run it. That time they hand it off, and they pick it up.
Yeah, and you can see the D drop back a little bit. It creates a little bit of space. The running back blasts through, gets the first down.
Grabbed in the middle, it's West. That completion will take them inside the 10 to the 9-yard line.
Nice quick throw there. And it's so important for quarterbacks to be able to find a rhythm and to be comfortable and confident. You want to just get the ball out quickly, make it an accurate and easy throw. And you can tell that these two guys, they rep that play in practice all the time, and it's now showing up here in the game.
Bounds into the end zone for a touchdown.
And it's now the second time this wide receiver has scored. Another outstanding job with the route. Great job securing the catch.
Two-point conversion attempt is on the way. Pushes ahead. He's not going to make it. The defense stops the two-point try, and this is still a 5-point game. He'll bring it out. It's Anderson. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19.
First and 10.
Okay, so here comes the offense returning to the field. Wants to throw. It's Dyer. Looking to scramble. Oh, and he took a shot as he threw that one away.
Really nice job by the defense. They know the quarterback was outside the pocket. They were still able to get a hat on him just as he was trying to make that throw and force the incompletion.
Plenty of work to do here on second and long. Back to pass. Got it behind the line. It's Isaac. Oh, he's got some space.
I'll tell you what, if you want to be overzealous and you want to be a blitzer all the time, I like running the screen right behind him. Did a great job throwing the screen. Almost broke this one for a long game, but it just keeps the defense a little bit more honest if you want to start bringing a lot of pressure.
Takes it from the gun on third down. He'll loft one deep down the left side. Pulls in the deep ball. And he's in for the score. Touchdown.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. And listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
He will not get there. Brought down at the 1, and the 2-point try is no good. He'll bring it back looking for help. And the returner is stopped.
Down at the 18, and the offense will take over. 1st and 10.
A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. He'll keep it himself.
Yeah, and it's a nice job by this defense understanding, listen, that QB is a threat, and they're going to run all kinds of options, and he's going to run the football. They were dialed in and got that sucker to the ground.
So now it's 2nd and long. Here's a quick throw out to the left. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
I mean, getting suffocated right away. How about the DB? Just seeing that initially, pulling the trigger, getting to him, get him on the ground, get the tackle for a loss.
It'll be 3rd and long. To the air, it's St. Clair. Catch in the middle, it's West. Really nice job to get it past the sticks, pick up the 1st down at the 30.
And it's on 3rd downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback
turning it on. The 30. 10. Hauls it in and runs into the end zone for a touchdown. This game must be moving so slowly for this quarterback. He sees everything 2 or 3 beats ahead.
Way ahead. I mean, it's been really, really easy. I better get some more hits on him. I better do something to make him feel uncomfortable, because right now it's just like, oh, you're running that? Yeah, that's easy. I mean, he's already read your mail. You better change the address, do something different.
He's looking to throw. Working that left side now. He finds the end zone for the 2, and now the lead is 7. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Fielded in the end zone. It's Anderson. Gets it across the 20 to the 21, and not quite what he would have picked up just taking the touchback.
1st and 10.
They'd love to put a long drive together here as they start from their own 21. Looking downfield on 1st down. Makes the catch. It's Isaac. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35.
And a great job by the QB finding the running back, get him the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the 1st down.
Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Gonna let it fly. They've avoided the interception all day, but they're lucky to get that one back here late. It'll be 2nd down.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open.
There he goes. A huge play, and they get it all the way to the 45-yard line. This offense absolutely humming as they come to the line again. The give to the tailback. There to make the tackle, and with that, we'll head to the 4th quarter. We've been treated to an aerial show by these two guys so far as you check out their numbers. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. So the final period starts with a second down play. Back to throw, it's Dyer. Bringing the heat. And he scoots his way to the first down and then slides to avoid the hit.
Nice job by the QB, sitting back in the pocket. You can tell he wants to throw the football, go through his progressions. Nothing home, take off, and slide. I love the slide at the end. Don't take a big shot.
Gets it past the first down marker and still running. They'll finally get him stopped at the 1-yard line. What a run there.
And he finally breaks one. They get rewarded. They've been trying to run the football, Palmer, but just haven't had success all day.
Yeah, and the staff never gave up on him, too, right? They kept giving him opportunities, and maybe that's the run that starts to open things up here later in this game for this guy.
Slams ahead. And he dances into the end zone for a touchdown.
And what a push.
And wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one. So the officials take a closer look, and the replay booth will overturn the call. Can the D deny them on second and goal?
White 94 sliders.
Moving toward the end zone, ball out. Defense scoops it up, and he's headed the other way. He's at the 50. He's inside the 40. The 20. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there. What a golden opportunity for this offense, scooping up the ball, and now they've got it inside the 10. They'll dial up the run on first and goal. He never had a chance on the draw, tackled almost as soon as he got the ball.
Well, you got to give the defense credit. They knew a big key in this one was slowing this dude down, especially after how well he played the last time out. They have been swarming him, they have been gang tackling him, and getting a lot of penetration up front.
Hauls it in. That completion takes them down to the 7-yard line, and they are ready to strike. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. This defense was put in a difficult spot, but they've made it tough, and now the offense faces third and goal. Dropping back, it's St. Clair. And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12.
Well, that defender just was better in his one-on-one on the pass rush. He does a great job being the offensive lineman to get to the QB.
So on fourth down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. Never a doubt. Right down the middle. And now the lead is extended a little further. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Gentlemen, just wanted to give you a quick update on a game happening in Conference USA. New Mexico State is down, but they are not out of it. Not inside Aggie Memorial Stadium, one of the more fun places to watch a game in all of
Finds the finish line for the touchdown. Boy, nothing electrifies a stadium quite like a return for a touchdown.
It's always so exciting because you don't see them very often. You got to go so many yards, 80, 90 yards at a time. What a great job by the returners, showing the speed, providing the electricity. There's a reason they're all jacked up, and it's because of that awesome kickoff return.
And there will be no return on this one as the ball bounds into the end zone. All right, guys, so here's the offense back on the field again. Going right to work up top. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Smart move to keep it on the ground. And he has had a long day at the office, not to mention the backfield, as the defense has been all over him. And if you didn't know this was a big play, the crowd is telling you. A huge third down. Well, the quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26. And here comes the punt team. On his way back from the 20. He gets a block. Very little will make a crowd hold its breath like a punt return, and he brought them to their feet on that one. So will the defense try to keep it all in front, or will they go after the quarterback here and try to end it? Back to throw, it's Dyer. Finds his man, it's Isaac. He's brought down quickly, minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down.
And it was the defense that got this started, right? They were the ones who got...
Breaks into the open. And they're in for a touchdown.
Man, I love this offense, being able to run the football late in the game when it matters and punch it in for the touchdown, and more importantly, take the lead.
And the extra point is good, and every point counts. It's now a 4-point lead in the fourth. He wisely lets that one bounce through the back of the end zone, and they'll take over at the 25. It's a one-possession game in the fourth. Starts a drive, trying to go up top. Keeps. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
And the defense there goes zone coverage, maybe confused the quarterback a little bit, forced him to hold on to the football, and that allowed the pass rush to get home.
Fires to the big fella. And that corner came in hot despite knowing that he was giving up some size. They've made third down offense a key. It'll be tested on third and long from the 28. From the gun, wants to pass. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up.
After that incompletion, there is so much pressure now on this quarterback to come up with a big play. They need to score a touchdown. They need to keep this drive alive to have any shot at winning this game. But it all comes down to this play right here.
On fourth down, going to the air. It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection.
And this offense does not come up big. Man, you needed that first down. And listen, the communication with this offense and the execution has left a little bit to be desired, and especially in a big moment right here when you had to have a score and you had to have the fourth down conversion.
Got room to work. They'll force him out of bounds after a solid pickup on the play.
I tell you what, fourth quarter, you're trying to get to the quarterback, trying to get the ball back to your offense. But nice pursuit. Nice job making the QB scramble outside of the pocket, chasing him down. And even better, you got a gift. He runs out of bounds, so now the clock stops. Now you're saving time late in the ball game where it's really going to matter.
I like the running back there on the route and the patience he showed, really setting it up. Got to the defender, was able to put his foot in the ground, get some separation, catch it.
Got some room, headed to the goal line. Takes it into the end zone for a touchdown. They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row.
And it was so important for the offense to come up with a touchdown there and not kick a field goal. You're trying to put this thing out of reach. And that touchdown puts so much pressure on their opponent now with less than 2 minutes to go.
That ball scoots through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Power football with the run. Makes it past the marker. How about that elusiveness? He's got space. Flying down the left side. Into their happy place for a touchdown.
Well, the good news is you scored a touchdown. You've made this a one-possession game. The bad news is you got to get the ball back. So if you're the head coach, you got to start thinking, how are we going to do that? Are we going onside kick, or do we trust our defense to give it back to the O?
Makes the grab in the end zone for the two-point conversion, and that could be big as it draws them to within a field goal.
It ain't over till the fat lady sings. They needed that two-point conversion so that they could get this thing within a field goal. Now you've got to go out and execute the onside kick, get it back, and then it's all going to fall on the kicker.
They got the touchdown they needed. Now trailing by a field goal, they'll line up for the onside kick. Looks as if the hands team will be able to recover the ball.
Yeah, and a great job by the receiving team. When you see the football kick, man, you got to be smart how fast it's coming, if I'm ready to catch it, if it needs to go to the next wave. Nice job being organized, seeing it, and executing well.
Looking to throw, it's Dyer. Takes the easy completion. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Now on 2nd down. They'll keep it on the ground, trying to milk the clock. Oh, he's got some space. They'll make the stop, but that first down ought to ice it, and they should be able to kneel this one out. This offense lines up feeling awfully good after that big play. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. A most efficient pickup of 6 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 4. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. The give to the back. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he'll take it in for a touchdown.
That is exactly what you want your offense to do. You want it to eat clock, but if you score, go up by 2 possessions, nail, meet, coffin. Great execution by this offense to put this game away.
And the extra point is good. And as the ball makes its way into the end zone, it'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Looking for space. It's Gibson. Pass the sticks and still on his feet. Stopped him at the 41, but that's a big pickup of 15.
And that is just an attitude run, running it right up the middle, right into the teeth of that defense.
Right back to the well. And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup.